Yeah. So, one thing that was advocated a few times with different guests, but one of them especially had an interesting strategy about using the combination of the brand story with the storefront. So what he did was, first of all, when you build your brand story, you have the option to add a link to the storefront. So that means that when somebody is looking at your A plus pages, then part of your A plus content has a visual that says click to go to the storefront. So that's much more dominant than the link right at the top, which is just a hyperlink. So and of course people scroll down. That's the biggest habit that I like. One of my pet peeves. People land on a page and they immediately scroll down. I always ask, have you read everything at the top? Because they're conditioned to just scroll down. So they but when you
definitely have it. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, it is, right? So
I always make the joke that it's like you have to keep in mind that people are just very ADHD with these things. And I always say, if you feel like your customers are actually sitting there and reading your description or even yell on your bullet points, they're not. They just look at images and they see what looks nice, then that's how they learn about the product, and then they just scroll down to see the reviews and everything else. So you have to be able to capture and grab their attention way before that.
Yeah. I mean, when I work with different sellers, usually I work one-on-one, and they usually give me someone fairly young, like a few years experience, and they are aggressive and they want to do things, and of course they are used to scrolling. So as we start working, I always tell them I do two things, nothing to do with Amazon. I first teach them how to use a password management tool. And there's no writing, no text files, no Excel files. We don't do anything like that. We have password management. And the second thing is how to view content on a web page, because they immediately scroll right down. And those two things are always the first things. So, okay. So now that they are able to scroll down and still see that storefront is available, linking the storefront to the brand story is key. So that's the strategic move there. But in addition, what this seller did, they picked their top selling item. They analyzed the numbers and they knew what the top seller item, and they designed their storefront in a way that looked like an upsell to that top selling item. So it was a no-brainer. So of course, a lot of people were landing on the storefront, and since they were looking at the top selling item, majority of them, it was relevant information that they were seeing. And then of course, with the coupon codes and things like that, they would really get good traction on upselling this other item. So
it's a great idea. Yeah.